What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Best Podcast. I am your host, Eric Russler, and I'm joined here with my wife, Kelly. We are just getting back from vacation and just celebrating our 11th wedding anniversary. So I thought I would do some best questions based on those two.
Oh, fun.
Oh, fun. Well, yeah. Why was that negative?
I'm just bad with questions on the spot. I don't know why you keep having me as a guest.
Because no one else wants to come on, okay? No, I had to fill an episode. I don't want to fall behind.
It's all right.
I pride myself on putting out an episode every week. And yes, some weeks are better than other weeks. However, I have you and cats. And you're a much better guest than the cats. So, shall we get started?
Do you hear Benny trotting away all offended?
Mm-hmm. Well, he wouldn't be on. He gets too political. Anyway, what was the best what was the best activity we did on vacation? And I mean, I know what you're going to say.
Yeah, dolphins.
Yeah.
Dolphins.
Okay, could you elaborate a little more?
I got to ride a dolphin.
You got to ride a dolphin.
I did.
Where'd you do that at?
At SeaWorld.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Some people avoid SeaWorld because of the Blackfish documentary. We went because of the black. Yes, we did. We are not the same. Our family is savages. And then we... Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
That is not true.
But we have... Well, three of the four of us have seen the documentary, and three of the four of us had no problem getting in that water with that dolphin. So...
When will I ever get to swim with a dolphin, or ride a dolphin, or dance with a dolphin, or high-five a dolphin, or...
I was the only one that high-fived a dolphin, just so you know.
Yeah, but when would you ever get to do that again?
True. I'm not saying that there's a plethora of dolphins out there to ride. I'm just saying, we all saw the documentary, and we were all like, oh, that's horrible. And then it was like, hey, we're going to San Diego. Let's go to SeaWorld. Well, wasn't a whole lot of pause.
It was free.
Kind of.
Well, getting into the park was free because of your veteran status.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. And I did love that manta ride. It was pretty fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Although...
It was good.
Don't you be unplugging things down there, Floof.
The wait was too long.
The wait was...
I forgot what I was saying. 10 minutes.
The sign said 10 minutes, and then we were definitely out in the sun for over an hour, just standing there. It was...
It said, the sign also said, no loose items or articles or whatever, something like that. And so I put my sunglasses and my hat and my phone, everything I had in a locker. Sunscreen, everything. And the longer the line got, the more hats and sunglasses and
cell phones and
bags and everything I saw in the line, and I was not happy about that.
Yeah, I could tell. That manta ride was pretty fun. But I was a little nervous because Grayson and I sat down and they locked the thing, and then they kept coming over to mine and like pulling on it.
Yeah.
And then it came open one time when they pulled on it.
Oh.
And I was like, that's not good. And then they had me switch. And then they had me take my phone out of my pocket, and my phone was somehow keeping it from, like, locking all the way. But as soon as I took my phone out and put it in my side pocket, it was fine.
So I guess that's what that screen is for, that had, like, the different colors and stuff.
Yeah, that's what I assumed. But when they were tugging on it, I was like, just stop tugging on it. Like, why are you tugging? It's locked. Because, like, it came down and locked, and I couldn't push it up. But then that little girl was coming over, and she was pulling on as hard as she could until it came open. And part of me was like, why are you doing this? And then we were going around, like, down the, like, sharp turns and stuff. And I was like, oh, this is why. Because there were several times where my butt left my seat.
Really?
Yeah. And I was like, whoa! Like, but, yeah. So anyway, it was my phone. But yeah, that was probably. I don't know. I really enjoyed going to the beach
Yeah.
at Torrey Pines. I thought that was a lot of fun.
Only that beach.
Only that one, not the Chicken Bone Bay. That was.
That was nasty.
What happened?
So dirty. There was trash everywhere. I found 4 chicken bones.
This was at Mission Beach.
Yeah, but not at the actual beach. It was like,
On the bay side.
yeah, it was gross. And then when we were leaving that beach to go to an actual beach, I was like, oh, look. And I thought it was a seashell. And as I bent down closer, thankfully I didn't touch it. It was somebody's fingernail.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was gross.
Remember when the wave came in when we went to the actual beach side and it goes away? It was just someone's underwear.
Yeah.
That was funny. To watch you like Miss Germaphobe and
So
run
gross.
away.
And we were in a spot where there was a ton of seaweed and unidentified objects. I don't know, like the big bulbs with the
Yeah.
vines on them.
I think that's also seaweed. But
Well, it's a special kind of seaweed because
it's different.
it was weird.
What was the best meal we had on vacation?
See, I don't know. You gotta kind of like go through all the meals.
Well, okay, what do you think I thought was the best meal on vacation?
Oh,
And then
I don't know if I'll say it right.
It's okay. You don't.
Fogo de Chao.
Yeah, Fogo de Chao. Yeah, I don't know.
Fogo de Chao.
Fogo de Chao.
We
The
so quite
Brazilian-
obviously did not fit in there.
Oh my gosh, that was so good.
It was very good.
It's a restaurant.
Oh, the pineapple.
I don't even care about the pineapple.
I do.
They had swords. They had meat on swords. Every kind of meat that you wanted. And they'd come over and they'd just rest a sword on your table and then they'd cut off a slice and hand it to you with little tongs and you put it on your plate. And it was just, I mean, like, you have to flip the coasters constantly because you're like, well, I'm not full, but also I don't have any more room on my plate because I have chicken and pork and sausage and beef rib and sirloin and filet mignon and oh my gosh, babe, you could have told me that filet mignon was made out of the dolphins we rode and I still would have ate it. It was delicious. It was so good. It was one of those ones where like you put it, your teeth touch it and it just kind of like it like falls apart. It was so good. It was so good.
I'm glad that you enjoyed it. Did we pay that? So when they told us the price for the packages, was that for each person?
It was.
Ooh.
I mean, I don't remember the prices that he said because that was like non-negotiable. We were going to be eating there. And if we all had to roll up sleeves and wash dishes in the back, then we were going to have to roll up sleeves and wash dishes in the back.
I don't feel like I ate that much.
Well, that's not on me. It's not like they didn't offer it to you.
Yeah.
Because they come around, man. They come around, and they come around a lot.
Yeah, like the little flipper thing. Whatever it was
Coaster.
called. The coaster. Okay, coaster. Whatever. It was a good idea, but they did not pay attention to the color that the coaster was.
They did not.
They offered it to you.
Thank God.
Either way.
Good. Because I was taking, yeah. Well, come on. Why not a little slice? Yeah. Oh, it was so good. Tell about the pineapple, though. That's what you enjoyed.
Oh my gosh. I almost said no. I think I actually did say no, but I love pineapple. Almost everything. And they came out with a grilled pineapple, which immediately I was like, ew. But it was like they rolled it in cinnamon and sugar. I had like a snickerdoodle pineapple and it was the best thing. I have been craving it. Oh, so good. So good. So if you would ever like to...
Take you back.
No, grill me a pineapple.
Oh, I thought you were going to want to go back to the restaurant.
I mean, sure, I'll go there, but we could also...
I liked, did you remember the cheese with the honey?
Yeah.
They brought out these like little fried cubes of cheese
It
and
looked
then
like a
drizzled.
cheese stick, like a cheesy bread stick. That's what I thought it looked like.
I don't agree with that sentence
Okay.
at all. However, that's your interpretation of it. I think they looked like little Baby Bell cheeses that were like fried on like a flat top or something because they had like a it was a crust to it, but not like a breading crust, but like a fried crust. And then they brought it out on this plate, and then they drizzled fresh honey over it, and it was so good. And then I remember making you try one, and you were like, "I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want it." And then you tried it, and you were like, "Oh, that's delicious."
That was such a cute voice that you did for me right there.
Oh, I think it's pretty accurate.
Yeah.
And then that's usually what you do.
Mm-hmm.
And then you made Emma try it because it was so good that you made her try it, and then we made Grayson try it, and he put it in his mouth and was like, "Blah." Like that. But he did that just to be special. Yeah. But we didn't really. I said best drink we had on vacation, but we didn't really drink that much. Did you come up with your meal that we had that you thought was better than the
Oh,
others?
sorry. No, I was just so into your
Yeah.
meal that I didn't remember that I was supposed
Well,
to be thinking about it.
I knew you liked the pineapple, so I thought that might
Yeah.
bring it up. And
Yeah.
then
Well, the only one that I can remember at the moment is my Broken Yolk Island Toast,
mhm.
which was Hawaiian bread, French toast with coconut, and then I don't know what the
I'm gonna have to
sugary sauce was on the top, but that was delicious. And then there were also pineapples and strawberries.
Do I have that photo?
Yeah.
You gotta remind me so I can put the photo in there. But it was
Yeah, we
really
voted.
good.
Mine was the best.
Yeah. Of all the meals we got there that day, we all took a family vote, and you definitely won, hands down. Whoop whoop. It was kind of cool to go because they have that the like 12 egg omelet challenge with 2 biscuits and all the potatoes or whatever.
You know, that doesn't sound like, I mean, yes, the 12 eggs, but the 2 biscuits, like, whatever, no big deal. But seeing their biscuit, like, I've only ever gotten biscuits and gravy there, and so it was torn apart with gravy covering it. I've never seen a whole biscuit, and that thing had weight.
They're huge.
I mean,
they're huge. It's like
I would
the
say
size
it's
of
like
like
bigger
a
than a
kettlebell.
softball. Okay,
Oh yeah, I
kettlebell.
was gonna say it's like a kettlebell.
Bell.
Yeah, but yes, it's bigger. They're definitely bigger than softballs for sure. But yeah, we went around and it was on Man versus Food or whatever. And Grayson and I went and go look at the Wall of Fame. He's like, "Dad, they have an omelet challenge here. Maybe you could do it." And I just pointed to my name on the wall, and I was like, "Bruh." Hi, Goose.
Hi, Goose.
Welcome. Showing the world your butthole.
Get in there.
Yeah, you just get in there, Goose. We got to go back to Fred's. That was cool.
Yeah, I was also thinking about that last night. Their cheese.
I was gonna say that if you could substitute one thing we did, what would be the best thing to take out? Like, what would you have? I wish we did.
Itinerary.
Well, we have it.
You're right, I do.
I think if I was gonna take one thing out, I would take out. What did we do Saturday? I felt
Midway.
like really.
Yeah. I could have gone without the Natural History Museum.
Yeah, for sure. But Grayson said that was his favorite thing because
Yeah, but was it his favorite thing because it was his favorite thing, or was it because it was the last thing, like one of the last things he did? So it was
I don't know.
fresh, you know?
Hey,
I don't know. He did seem to enjoy it. But as far as substituting something,
no, there was something else that I wish we would have gotten rid of. I guess it was maybe Friday going to the dirty beach and everything like that.
Yeah.
I wish we would have gotten rid of that. I really wanted to do that Wonder Museum.
Was that Friday? Yeah.
Yep.
I know. We should have done the Wonder Museum.
I liked the Marine Corps graduation. That was fun to get to show you guys
Yeah.
and stuff. Grayson was like, I'm joining the military. And we were like, really? And he's like, yeah. He's like, I think I'll do a year after high school. I was like, well, you have to do at least 4. That's the minimum. And he was like, 4? No, I'm not doing that. He was like, maybe I'll go to the Air Force and do a year. I'm like, no, it's 4, like, across the board, buddy. He was like,
Not doing that.
not doing that. What am I going to put my life on hold? Like, that was... First of all, you're 8. Second of all, yeah, that's what everyone does. That's part of it. And he's like, that's insane. Yeah, was there anything you'd substitute? I mean, besides the Natural History Museum?
No. I don't think so. I didn't think I would enjoy the Midway as much as I did. It was really cool to be... Like, it's cool to see the planes and whatever, all their little displays, or big displays. But getting to walk around and see... What?
Like every 30 seconds, I'm reaching off screen here and pulling out a different cat. It's just, and then you could just reach and pull out a different one from there. And
she's exploring. She does not ever come to this part of the house.
I know.
Yeah, the Midway was pretty cool. I didn't think I would like it, but getting to walk around and see the inside, that was really cool.
Yeah.
Like all the different living areas and the tying the knot thing they had. That was cool.
The knot display, so you could try to,
Yeah.
I liked that too. I liked showing you guys especially the living areas, because it reminded me of when we were on deployment.
Yeah.
And Emma pulled me aside and was like, Dad, you're kind of like a tour guide, because every time you stop to explain something, people like gather round.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah.
They also probably couldn't really get past us very easily.
Hey,
tight squeeze.
Hey, it is a tight squeeze, and we were taking up Rayla's.
Savannah made it through.
There's this little girl who was 4, 5, maybe.
I would go 4.
And she was with a big group of kids and adults, and she was
the boss.
She was in charge.
Yeah.
And she was just walking around doing all kinds of stuff on the ship, and her dad was following her around, and he just kept going, Savannah, 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 like that. He just kept saying her name over, and she was not paying attention. And then he finally held her hand and was like, I'm trying to give you your independence, but when you don't listen to Daddy, it makes it hard for Daddy to trust you. And she just looked at him like, whatever, dude, I'm firing missiles. Get out of here. Like, she was on her own program.
Yeah, definitely. I think she lives her life like that.
Yeah, probably. I wonder where she is now. She's probably in charge of the ship. She probably takes over.
Yeah.
I was really sad I didn't get to do the flight simulator.
I'm sorry. I wouldn't have made it.
You wouldn't have made it?
I wouldn't have made it. No, because what was the thing that we did? It was like a virtual reality.
It was also a flight simulator. It was like 4 chairs in a row, like a movie theater seats in a row, and you put on like a headset, and then it just goes like back and forth, and then a little bit side to side. Like, it was pretty,
not a ton of
pretty
motion.
mild.
No.
Pretty mild.
Yeah. And I didn't think I would get sick from it. Otherwise, I would not have gotten on it. But she put it over my head, and I was like, it's a little blurry. And she said, oh, okay, we'll just adjust it until it fits you the way you like. I was like, okay. So I moved it around, and it was still blurry. So I'm flying airplanes and bombing things and like feels like I'm going sideways, and it's all blurry. So I started sweating quite a bit and felt like things could arise at any moment. So I said, okay, I'm done. And I took it off.
You were next to me and we were holding hands while we were flying the planes, but I had my mask on, so I couldn't see you.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden, your hand was just not there anymore.
I said, I can't do this.
Oh. Well, I stuck my hands out like a fighter plane. And I was making all kinds of like that, doing my best. The kids were not impressed. I thought it would be funny. They didn't enjoy it. But then they got to go and do this other flight simulator where you're in like this pod and it goes like up in the air and then down and it spins.
I think they were
it,
like upside
flips.
down and backwards at one point, just hanging.
Oh, it was fantastic. It looked like so much fun. And they were screaming
like
and laughing. And I wanted to go so bad, but they were like, no solo riders. And everybody else was like, ooh.
Yeah, I didn't think it was going to, their ride was going to go too well whenever we were watching the guy give the instructions. And Emma just had this blank stare. And she nodded her head like, yeah, I get it. And then she was like, wait, what?
Yeah, that's exactly what she does to me. Do you understand what I'm saying? What?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
she did not know how to be
because he was like, pull back on the stick and you go up. Push forward, you go down. Left is left, right is right.
And then there was a button that restarted it or something.
He was like, if you get shot, it just hit this button and you'll reset or whatever. She was like, wait, what? Because he started to close the thing and she couldn't fly at all. And Grayson was supposed to be the gunner, like shooting at things. And he was like, Emma, we're only pointed at the ground. I can't shoot anything. And at one point, their pod was facing straight down, just spinning like they were in a death spiral. And you could just hear Grayson go, I hate you! I hate you! Like that. Oh. So funny.
I'm not sure who had more fun, if it was them or if it was us.
I think it might have been us because we were outside laughing at them, but they were inside. Whatever.
Yeah. So yeah, after that I was pretty.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Which is strange because that's never happened to you before. You've never been a person.
Well, it was warm.
We're getting older.
Yeah. I don't know. Well, I never really got car sick before, but when we went on that hike with your parents and Grace, and Grace was driving us there, it's like Piedmont or something.
I
don't know. You were meeting us there, and those roads got me.
Got you going, huh?
Yeah. So maybe it's just.
Oh, I was so that hike. It was nice. It was beautiful. It's like downhill to like a waterfall, and then we had to turn around and go back, and I had to meet somebody, so like I didn't have time to wait for you guys, so I just took off, and I was moving pretty quick through those woods, and I was proud of myself. I was like running up the trail, bouncing from boulder to boulder, and like I had a really good pace going and stuff like that, and I saw some people like way up ahead of me in the trail, and they were coming towards me, but I was going this way, and I guess they thought I was further away than I was, because I definitely heard the guy say, mumble, 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 looks kind of squatchy, and I realized he was talking about me, and I was like, oh, that's not cool. All right.
You're big.
I am big, yes. Big and hairy. I understand. When I get it. When you approach me in the woods, it's
you look a little squatchy.
Yeah, it's a cause for concern. I mean, I wasn't naked. I was wearing clothes. It's not like, I could kind of understand that if I was just all chest haired out, but.
Sorry. Let me
I was going to ask you this. What is the best wedding we've ever had? Out of the three, which one has been the best? Was the best? And if you would care to explain the three.
The most fun one was number 2.
Yes.
Where we had
I wish I would have done that differently, though.
yeah, well, we're not talking about the wedding party. That doesn't matter. We had
Well, I
fun.
wasn't really talking about the wedding party.
Oh, it's usually what you're talking about.
Well, yeah, but still.
Yeah, that one was fun because we got to have the big venue and food, whether it was good or not, and the DJ and the dancing.
Spoiler alert, it was not.
Yeah, I can't even really remember what we had other than those spicy dumplings, and those were gross.
I didn't even. No, it was so weird. Such a weird.
Yeah, but our cake. Whew, our cake was amazing.
Didn't get any of it. I got some a year later when we pulled it out of the freezer and had some, right? But I didn't get night of.
Still amazing. And we got that peacock cake from the lady years later for Jesus' birthday cake. Remember that?
I do.
Thanks, Jeej. But the lady that did the cakes does not do it anymore, so...
She does not do cakes anymore.
Nope, never again will we have the golden butter wedding cake.
Yeah.
Oh, it was so good.
Yeah, it was cake. I mean, unless you're listening, lady that used to do cakes but now doesn't anymore, then it was amazing. I don't know. I liked our first wedding. I think that one wasn't.
You didn't have to go back to work afterwards.
Yeah, well.
It was all a rush.
We met at the courthouse to get a marriage certificate.
On my lunch break.
On your lunch break. And then we drove to a rose garden, which is no longer there. And we paid a priest like $50, $60. And that wasn't a priest. It was just some dude. I think he was Jesus. He was Jesus affiliated in some way. And he met us there, which he might also be dead now, right? Didn't you say you found his obituary?
No, I said I thought I saw him at one of the basketball games last year.
Oh, well, maybe he's not dead. Maybe he's a basketball fan. And then it took about 6.5 minutes.
No, it wasn't long.
And then we drove to Long John Silver's, which is also not there anymore. And we sat in the parking lot and we ate really quick, and then I dropped you back off at work.
Mm-hmm. Went back in and did a root canal.
We were married. And then the next day we got up and met her aunt to take engagement photos.
Yeah, it turned out really well.
Yeah, they did, because we were really happy because we were married. And it was a big secret and nobody else knew.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah, until they did.
Yeah. Thanks, Penny Saver or whatever it is. The discount booklet. Why is the discount booklet making wedding announcements anyway?
It's not the discount booklet. It's the cash book journal or something like that.
Same thing.
It's like a newspaper, but wasn't it Todd's mom who read it?
I don't know whose mom did what. I just know that your mom was like, "Do you have something to tell me?"
Mm-hmm.
And you were like, what?"
No?
She was like, "Are you sure?" And you were like, I think I do. Then you told...
No, I did not budge. I said, no. What are you talking about? Yeah. But she knew.
Deny. But she knew. And then she told you that she knew. And then you told her, yeah, it's true.
Mm-hmm.
And then called me. And then I had to call my parents and be like, hey, so... Remember how I was just home like a week ago? Well, I remember my parents being like, well, I guess she's pregnant. I was like, no, she's not. They're like, well, why would you get married if she's not pregnant? I'm like, because I'm going to get extra money and we will need to send Emma to preschool while I'm on deployment.
And we love each other.
Yeah, and that was in there too. But they just went around to the whole family. They're like, well, he says she's not pregnant, but I guess we'll see. So they're pretty proud at 10 months later when you weren't. So I think they were pretty impressed with that.
Good.
Yeah. Well, I just mean in my family. That's not... If people elope, there's a baby coming, you know? That's usually what that means. I mean, I see why they said it.
Yeah.
But they didn't believe us. Well, since we've had 3 weddings, and the last wedding we had was in the church. But I didn't like that one because we were in the best shape we've ever been, probably, and they didn't alter. The tailor didn't alter our clothes at all, so we had like super baggy. I had a baggy suit on, and I was easily 70 pounds lighter than I am now, and I was like really proud of myself, and I dieted and worked really hard, and then she never took it in.
She's not doing anything.
Could you guys not fight? There's a podcast going on right now. We've got 2 cats about to kill each other.
This Moo does not care about your podcast.
I know, this Moo doesn't. Well, get in line, Moo. There's lots of people. Slow Moo. Alright. But since we've had 3 weddings and never had a honeymoon, what would be the best place to take a honeymoon?
Well, there's a lot of places I haven't been, so I don't
Oh,
know.
but where would you like to go?
I would like to go to...
You can't just pretend that you have a place you'd like to see?
I don't. Yes, there are places I would like to see.
Well,
I would like to go to Italy.
Okay. Anywhere in particular in Italy?
Probably Philip's house, because we'd have somewhere to stay for free.
I can just picture you at the Rome airport, like, Philip's house, please. Like, what? Be like, take me to Philip's house.
Big Philip!
Big Philip. Tall Philip. Take me to Philip's house.
And little Donatella.
Yeah. No. I'd like to go to Venice. I think Venice would be cool.
Mm-hmm.
I've always wanted to see a city that floats.
I know.
on
I
the
used to
water.
always say that I wanted to go to Venice, but then I think you told me that it smells really fishy.
I don't remember saying that. That doesn't mean it's not true. I would try not to shit on the things you love. So, can't imagine I do that, but then again.
Well.
It was the best anniversary we've ever had.
Babe, I barely remember last year. Like, I didn't remember what we did
Well, yeah,
last
because
year.
we didn't do anything
Yeah,
last year.
but I don't ever remember this one. Because I remember it. And you gave me, that stunning portrait of myself.
Me, being the creative person that I am, thought, hey, let's not waste this special day and let it just come and go without even mentioning it to each other.
Mm-hmm.
So let's go to the Hobby Lobby and we'll get some art supplies and we'll sit down and we'll put up a divider and we'll just look across from each other and we will draw pictures of each other. And then we can paint them with watercolors or do whatever. And I thought that was a great idea. I thought
did
it was
too.
creative and everything. But it has just been, my efforts have just been. I
think that you're just taking it wrong because I really enjoyed it.
We decided to draw each other, and this was her drawing of me. I don't know if it's going to focus or not. Probably not.
Why are you holding it sideways?
Because I'm trying to get it on the. Whatever. I'll bring it over here. See, look at that. There's no way in hell anyone's gonna be able to see that. But if you look at it, whatever. I'll put it up on the screen. I definitely look. You look like this is like a wanted poster, but for like a not a serious crime. Like this man has been tickling penguins without their consent. We need you. We need your help to find him. Like, does it not? I mean, I don't know.
I don't know about tickling penguins.
I don't know. But I worked very, very hard on this one, and I think that it is extremely beautiful and lifelike.
Yeah.
But see, I got it all right. I got it all.
Yeah.
Yeah? I don't know. Maybe not.
Looks good.
Well, we'll take pictures of that. We'll let the people decide. But I mean, personally, I think mine really captures your essence.
Yeah.
It does.
Uh-huh.
I'm not good at teeth. Okay.
That's okay.
I'm not good at teeth or eyelashes apparently. But your hair is good.
Yeah.
Looks like fire. Kind of looks like a
I like it.
sunset.
Yeah.
And I did the background with the spoosh.
Yeah.
I bought sponges. I bought paint sponges specifically because I was like, I'm going to give her a blue and green background because that's what she loves. And I really think it makes your eyes pop.
It does.
It does make your eyes
Yeah.
pop, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. Whereas that, yes.
Those eyes are beautiful. You just, they can't see it from that far. Yeah, maybe they're very wide, but the coloration.
Yes, you did better. But you also didn't use any watercolors.
No, I didn't have time.
My beard, I like what you've done with my beard. And I think you were very generous on my lips because I don't feel as though they are that juicy.
Well, bottom one. But your top one kept getting lost in your mustache, and I gave up.
I was biting them too because when I concentrate, I bite my lip. And I was doing shading and
Well, you just
trying to think about shadows and stuff.
You just looked like you had teeth coming out of your mustache when I had teeth on there, so I erased it, and we just moved on.
But I don't know. I think I did well with your nose. Your nose, your drawing of my nose is much better than my drawing of your nose. But I don't know. There's just it's almost threatening.
What is threatening?
My picture. It almost, I don't know. It just seems a little. It seems a little wanted postery.
Oh, mine.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't know we were doing like side shots and.
We were doing. I just grabbed
I was
pictures.
just drawing you. That's all. That was the task, to draw you, and you said just your head. So that is what I did, and I tried really hard.
I tried really.
Yeah, really hard.
Yeah, you did good. I enjoyed it. What was the best part of going back on base? Because we got to go back to where we used to live and stuff like that. What was
our house? Seeing our house and seeing, like, letting Grayson see it since he doesn't remember it, and
yeah, he was like 9 months old last time we were there.
Playing on the park, at the little park where Emma used to play, and all
Seeing
of that.
her old school.
Yeah, that was my favorite.
Were there any memories that like popped up while you were there that you were like, oh, I haven't thought about this in forever, but
No, I mean, because I think about it a lot, but nothing new. I was dreading going down the alley because of, when we were, the night before we left, the last night in there, I couldn't find Freddie. And everybody was asleep, and I went out through the garage and stood in that alleyway in the back of the house and
Yeah. Okay.
did my psst. It's like, Freddie Sue! And he came galloping across the street. Because we definitely would not have, I mean, you might have left, but I would have stayed with Miss Megan because I was not leaving my mister in California.
I know. Nobody would have asked you to either. We all would have been out there, search party in hand with yellow vests and walking no more than arm's distance apart and just
treats,
combing the whole
catnip.
We would have caught so many cats.
We would have.
That didn't work.
I know, and you would have been like, babe, there's so many, just pick one. Pick one.
You'd be like, no. I will, but I also want my miss.
I only wanted my miss.
It's clearly not true. I'm watching 3 cats circle this bed right now, and
look at her ears. She doesn't have any.
There's a goose sharpening her paws down there. I think my favorite part of the base was going to the goose. Not everything is for you.
Yeah, yours was the burrito.
Yeah. No. Well, yes, I did love the burrito. I'm so happy that I didn't trust you when you said it was closed. And
Google.
Yeah,
trust Google.
Right. Google said it was closed, but you were the one that were like, it's closed. And I was like, well, I don't care. We're still going to make the drive. And we did. And it was open. And it was well worth it. Oh, man, those burritos after a long hike. It was very sad, though, to be back on base because I knew none of my friends were there. So it's like, I don't know how to describe it. I guess it would be like going back to your high school, but nobody you know is there. So now you're just the weird old guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it was cool to show the kids, like, oh, do you see that mountain? I've been on top of that. You see that mountain? I've been on top of that. You've seen.
I slept in that view.
I slept there. I slept on that hill. And I don't know. It was cool to get to show the kids, like, hey, this was me before you guys were here. Believe it or not, but I actually was my own person before you all came and took over. So that was kind of cool. Was there any memories of San Diego that popped up, like just driving around or anything like that? Like, I was surprised when we landed, just seeing the security checkpoint in San Diego and how sad it made. Like, how...
Yeah, everything was super different.
Well, no, that didn't... Not the difference didn't make me sad, but... Because some parts are still the exact same. And going through security, like, when we were dating, and you'd come out for a visit, and then I would always have to drop you off at the airport and watch you go through security, and then I would just stand there for like, I don't know, 30 minutes or so until I couldn't see you anymore. And I used to just be heartbroken. I was so sad and I was so lonely. And I would just watch you go, and you'd get further and further and further, and then you'd ride the escalators, and I would like crouch down until I couldn't see your ankles anymore. And then I would just finally like, I would walk back to my car, and then that was it. And I would be alone again for, like I had friends and stuff, but like, not, you weren't there. And there's just so many memories of going to that airport. Super excited to pick someone up and see them for the first time in months, or driving them to the airport and dropping them off and being devastated that they're leaving. Like, it was such a mix of emotions. And Grayson thought it was because I was happy to see our luggage. He was like, Dad, why are you crying? Oh, you missed your suitcase? I was like, shut up. Um, I just, man, that really, I never expected it to hit me as hard as it did.
Yeah. I mean, I teared up when I looked. I couldn't see. I mean, you were on the side of the plane that had the good view, and Emma was in the window seat, so there was nothing really on her side.
Yeah.
So, but when I looked out your window, I teared up a little bit. But then I saw you were just crying, so it's like.
Yeah, I was crying. I just couldn't hold it. I couldn't hold it back. I didn't cry at the boot camp graduation, though, as much as I thought I would.
Yeah, but she said you couldn't hear.
This is very true. I could not. Because.
Well, the bathroom break took a long time waiting for all the families, and then the bathroom was out of order, and they didn't put a sign up or anything, so we stood there for a minute, and that was, in hindsight, we probably should have done that a little differently. Maybe the boys could have gotten seats, but it was still good.
She has to be in the middle. She has to be the I wonder if that's going to pick up her purring.
She wants to get it.
I know she wants to get it. She's the best goosey getter. I guess that's kind of all the questions I had.
That was all the questions?
Yeah, well, I didn't have I don't know. I thought it might take a little bit longer, but sometimes your answers are very short.
Mm-hmm.
Dolphins.
Yeah.
Like, well, you could expand.
Swimming with dolphins.
There was a lot of questions that you were like, I don't know, and then refused to answer.
I know. That's why I said I don't know why you keep having me.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Yes.
I don't know why I keep having you on either.
Yes.
You should I should quit while I'm ahead.
Probably.
Probably.
But you know,
We could pivot. I did make some for you from a while ago, but you were always not so eager to come on. What's we could switch to something that you really enjoy talking about. What's the best book of the Bible? Or the best character?
I can't do this because I have to have all of my options. I think you just burped straight into my mouth. I can taste it.
That's not at all what I did. It's on camera. I'm gonna make the clips this week of you gaslighting the hell out of me, and then the whole world can see that I did not. I did no such thing, and then you just immediately were like, you just burped straight into my mouth, like I grabbed your jaw and pulled it to mine. Can I ask you? All right. Can I ask you this? Can I ask, when we were at the Brazilian steak restaurant, and I picked up the spoon and put it in my mouth, why did you react like I put my wiener on the table? Because you were like, did you just put that spoon in your mouth? What? What was so offensive about that?
I don't know.
You just had.
I don't
okay.
know.
All right. I do. You said we didn't belong there, and you were right. We did not belong there.
No.
It was a super fancy restaurant. It was a.
We swam with dolphins, and they let us shower afterwards. But we did not go to SeaWorld with deodorant and,
We came in shorts and t-shirts, sunburnt, saltwater hair, just
a hat,
pissy, tired, hot, whatever, and then there's this 5-star restaurant or whatever, and they're like everyone's in suits and ties, and that table across from us was celebrating a birthday, and they were singing happy birthday and clapping, and so I started clapping too, and a guy just went, okay, sorry, enough of you riffraff, like.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
You should be. Best character in the Bible? You can't say Jesus. That's cheating.
How's that cheating?
Because clearly he's the best.
Yeah.
Well, that you can't pick that. That's like you got to pick a supporting character.
I like Jesus.
I understand you like Jesus. That's the whole point of you reading the Bible is because you like Jesus. But who's somebody that you've also found to be equally enjoyable?
Equally?
Okay, enjoyable. That you're like, ooh, I like this part. I'm glad when I read this story. I like this dude.
I can't just choose. There's so many people.
Okay.
I'm
Where?
not a good podcaster.
No, you're not. But that's okay. But that's why I love you.
Because I'm not a good podcaster.
No. No. That's not why I love. That's actually.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say I'd put it in like the demerit column, but it's. She's like, come on, Mom, you can do this. You can do it. Okay. You give me nothing. You're like the Sphinx. I don't know how to read you. You're just like, are you a cat? Are you a woman? Where's your nose? I don't.
I have a nose.
I know you have a nose. I've drawn it quite well.
I know. Not as good as I drew yours, though.
What's the best birthday you've ever had? There's not one that stands out where you got to go to like a Reba concert or.
No, I didn't go to the first one that came. The first one that came to mind. No, that wasn't a birthday. Was I think it was my 14th or 15th birthday. My parents took me to Nashville, and I got to be on, like in the mall. They had a Gibson guitar store / factory, and they had the show MWL. It was Most Wanted Live, I think is what it was called. It was kind of like TRL, but for country music. You remember TRL?
Yeah, I remember TRL.
Yeah. Well, they just had like a few like pub tables in the audience, which I mean it was like 3 or 4 tables, so it was tiny in the corner of this room, and we got to be on it. So that was cool. I could have announced a video if I wanted to, but of course I didn't because I didn't want to be on the camera.
Why? I don't understand.
Because I was shy.
Does it bother you that you grew up being shy and out of the spotlight, and now you have a husband who is
It's a little uncomfortable.
actively trying to be in the spotlight?
Yeah, sometimes. That's okay. But anyway, I also got to take a tour in a limo. A limo came and picked us up from our hotel and drove us around to like different. It was like a tour of the stars' homes and whatever. So we just got to drive all over Nashville and look at big houses. Kind of like what our children thoroughly enjoy doing these days.
We do, yeah.
We just don't do it in a limo.
Nope. We do it in our Chrysler minivan or our Toyota RAV4. But yeah, that is their favorite pastime, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know why they like it so much, but just like to drive around and envision a better life. You know, makes you feel good as a parent. I found out that Emma follows a dad on Instagram because he gives out like dad advice. And she's like, well, he's just like a really good dad. I'm like, that's a slap in the face, don't you think? I don't know. If you were following like male strippers, I think I'd be less offended than her following another dad. And she goes to I won't say whose dad, but she goes to other dads and like talks about the advice they've given her about life and stuff like that. I'm like, well, I'll give you advice about life, and she's like, Dad, he's a doctor. He has a Tesla. I'm like,
Yeah.
I have a RAV4. It's a hybrid. That's half. That's half a Tesla.
It's just touched. Yeah. I understand why you might be offended by that. I don't know so much about the Instagram because I don't have any idea what that is. I mean, I know what Instagram is, but I don't know what like what this dad's doing on Instagram.
I think he's just giving out like parenting advice or like these are activities you can do with your kids or whatever. It's like I'm drawing one.
Maybe she just wants to give you some pointers.
I know. She always wants to give pointers. She doesn't want to take them. Heaven forbid you point something out.
Yeah.
Like maybe you might be a little cold at the boot camp graduation since it's early in the morning and the sun hasn't really come up
Yes,
yet.
but she didn't pack anything warm.
Yes, but
that was the point.
But then that's everybody else's problem.
No.
Yeah, it became everybody else's problem.
No, because I gave her a sweater.
Anyway.
And it wasn't a problem. You even thanked us for being so good at the graduation.
But I could see you guys huddled together conspiring.
No, I was just wrapped up in my sweater.
This goose is wrapped up. Okay, I think that's probably, we've milked this cow dry. Don't you think? You're not bringing the heat today. No.
I brought my sunglasses.
Yes, I understand.
My free children's table sunglasses from the farewell event.
Yeah.
San Diego.
Yeah. Farewell event. Anyway. Alright, well, that's it. For now, I believe. I don't know. This says we've been recording an hour. This says 45 minutes.
That's weird.
It is very weird.
You think something happened when Goose stepped on it?
Well, I guess
we'll find out.
Yeah. Yay!
Woo!
Alright, bye everybody.